Hi, this is Alicia Montero, and for this project, I chose The Book Thief. So a little bit about the author. His name is Markus Zusak, and he was born in 1975 in Sydney, Australia. His mother is originally from Germany, and his father is originally from Austria, and they migrated to Australia during the 1950s. He has won multiple awards for his books, The Book Thief being one of the most popular ones. So a summary about the book. The Book Thief is narrated by Death and describes the life of Liesel Memminger. The little foster girl lives outside Munich, Germany during World War II and discovers her love for books. She begins stealing from Nazi book burnings in the Meyerwife's library. With the help of her foster father, Liesel learns to read and starts sharing the stories with her friends. Preconceived notions. I chose this book because of the fabulous reviews I had heard on it, and I was told about it from friends, family, and the internet. I knew this book took place in Munich, Germany during World War II, and I knew it was about a girl who loved to read, but during that time, because of the controlling government, she was very limited on her choices. And she began to learn that there is much more out there than what was being given to her by the government. So she started stealing from the book burnings, and she also was stealing from other people. At that time, I didn't truly know where she was getting the books. And because I find history to be very interesting, especially during this time, I was very excited to read the book. I chose Power of Words for the theme. The historical fiction The Book Thief by Markus Zusak is about the power of words and reveals the curiosity of a human mind. Stories and words have a major impact on the novel and suggest that they are one of many ways for people to connect with one another. Liesel is able to make deep connections with the people around her because of the works she stole and read. Many of the books that were allowed to be read during that time narrowed people's thoughts of others in the world in general. The Book Thief broke those boundaries by reading the words off many forbidden pages. This relates the title The Book Thief to the idea that words have power. One thing that truly allowed her to kind of cope with the pain of losing her family was hearing stories of others and being opened up to emotions, and that allowed her to grow as a person and really empathize with the voiceless. And that kind of leads to character development. So using the main character, Liesel Memminger, as an example, you can see that the author used character development to support the theme. The vulnerable protagonist struggles with the loss of her family at the beginning of the story and finds it hard to cope with the pain. Eventually, with the power of words and the welcoming of kindness, Liesel begins to open up and express her emotions towards others. She learns how dangerous the weapon of words can be as she reads the books she steals. Liesel transforms from a powerless character to a powerful one as she learns to empathize with the voiceless. And she was able to expand her knowledge about the real world, which allowed her to disagree with Nazi ideology because she was not brainwashed into what Hitler wanted people to believe. The setting is very important in the story because it takes place outside of Munich, Germany during World War II. And without this setting, without this time period, there would have been no reason to truly steal the books and go against and rebel against the Nazis. And so the setting really develops the theme, the power of words, because it shows that power of words is very strong and they could be used as a weapon. And that's why the Nazis were getting rid of these books and were burning them and pigeonholing their people to believe in Hitler's ideas instead of coming up with their own. And so without the setting, you wouldn't have had the conflicts that are in the story. And that leads to the conflicts, which you have person versus self. Many of the characters in The Book Thief are affected by internal conflict. Using Liesel as an example, you can see she struggles with herself to find her true identity through all the problems in her life. Then you have person versus society, which is a major one. Throughout the novel, there are multiple examples of external conflict. Many people struggle to understand the ideology of the Nazi leader Hitler and his actions. And you also have person versus nature. And death is a major part of the novel, especially since he himself is the narrator. Many of the main characters have to cope with death of a loved one or someone they deeply cared about. So my conclusion, although I strongly believe that actions speak louder than words, there is no doubt that words have a huge impact on my life. Words come in all different shapes and sizes and allow you to relate to your friends, family, and even strangers. A simple hello can put a smile on somebody's face and really open up to a friendship. Words can make or break someone because of the knowledge they pertain. Throughout my life, the power of words has affected my actions, choices, and even emotions. My preconceived notions were validated after reading the story. The novel describes that although many people agreed with Nazi ideology, many still believed in human rights. My opinion of culture is still the same, and I wish that the world never returns to those dark days. And I truly enjoyed reading the book. And we're excited. And once again, this is Alicia Montero, and my project was about The Book Thief. Thank you for listening.